Hello, I'm Izzy Staden and I'm here to talk to you today about my song Addiction and how I wrote it. So basically, I study songwriting at university and I'm about to finish my degree. So you'd probably think I have a really sophisticated method of writing songs, but I really don't. I really don't know what I'm doing. But I basically just write however I feel and hope for the best. This song's about a fairly unique situation. Basically, I was in a psychiatric unit because I just tried to kill myself, and I met a guy there who had problems with addiction. So probably not the best start out for a relationship, but he was really nice, and so I just sort of ignored it. And the song came about because I remember sitting next to him and I was like, I cannot remember the last day you were sober. And the first line of the song is, do you ever stay sober for a day? And then the next line was, so I've never done drugs, I don't really drink, and so I'm terrible at telling when people are drunk or high or whatever. And I remember the only way I would ever know if he was drunk was because he would repeat everything he said 1,000 times. So the next line of the song is slurring your words, repeating what you say. And then from that I sort of had a melody. And then with that melody, I sort of got out all the notes, figured out what scale it was in, came up with some chords. And then, the chords aren't particularly life-changing. They're pretty much the same the whole way through, but I changed them up in the bridge. And then I wrote the rest of the song fairly quickly. It just sort of flowed. I think I was just lucky and in the right headspace at the time. Sometimes songs can take ages to write, but yeah, this one was luckily a lot easier for me. So then I left it for a while and I came back to it about a year later, and I remember I was like, oh, I can hear a bass line for the bridge. I can sort of Charlie Puth attention style, really sort of drop down, really thick bass with just vocals on top. And I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. So I started writing a bass line, and how I write bass lines, I consider it sort of cheating. I basically program a rhythm I like into Logic, and then I move the notes around until around the scale until I find something I like. And then sometimes I'll add chromatic notes in to spice it up a bit, but yeah, I find it works well. So after I'd done that, I was like, okay, I think I know how the rest of the song should be, but I need to find someone that can help me with this. So I spent ages googling producers, so much time, and I had a lot of recommendations from friends, but generally the producers at my university were very into indie music or jazz infused sort of stuff. It wasn't I wanted pop music. And I was ages of googling, I found this one guy called Ed Stokes who had I really liked his show Reel, and I contacted him and I explained what I wanted and what my influences were. It's sort of difficult when you don't have any music already released because you don't have anything to show them. You just sort of have to explain what you want. And so he was like, okay, send me over a sort of demo of it and then I'll work on it. So I just sent him an acoustic sort of version I recorded with my boyfriend, and we played the bass line in it, and then I gave him a really confusing description of how I wanted the rest of the song to go, where I wanted the builds and the drops to be, and sort of the vibe I wanted for each bit. And then he took it and he made it 1,000 times better than I could have thought of. So I was really happy with it, and he added loads of really cool elements to the chorus and stuff, and I just thought that he made it so cool. And then I met with him to record, and it was my first time really recording a song. So I play the saxophone. So I've recorded the saxophone in a few people's songs, but it's sort of different than recording your vocals for your own music. So I met with him and I was really nervous because I'm really bad at stuff like harmonies. So I was like, oh God, this is going to be a really painful experience. But it was really good. We did everything slowly and we just did it sort of section by section, and we actually got everything done pretty quickly. So I was pretty happy with that. And then I left and he went and mixed it all and it sounded really good, and then we sent it off to get it mastered, and it was a fairly sort of, from sending it to him, it was a fairly quick process, and I'm really happy with how the song turned out, and I hope that, if you listen to it, you like it too.